Have you ever been to a local doctor's office and just seen stacks and stacks of paper everywhere? It's kind of chaotic, right? Well, today we're going to talk about how a really simple piece of tech can completely transform that chaos into calm, streamlined digital care. It's a great story about a small change that makes a huge, huge difference.
I mean, really think about that for a second. Every single appointment, every patient file, every prescription, it's all just pen and paper. Now, for a lot of us, that sounds like a hypothetical, but for so many small clinics, especially in places like semi-urban Sri Lanka, this isn't a what-if, it's their day-to-day reality.
And let me tell you, that reality is messy. We're talking about crucial medical files getting lost or water damaged, just gone. You've got receptionists accidentally double booking appointments, leading to a waiting room full of frustrated people. And imagine being the doctor, trying to find a patient's allergy info in a giant, disorganized stack of folders. It's a system that's pretty much built for things to go wrong.
So yeah, let's give it a name. The paper problem. It's this constant grinding friction that just slows everything down. It creates so much stress for the staff, and at the end of the day, it just makes for a worse experience for patients who, just want to get help and go home.
And here's the thing. We live in a world where we can book a ride, order dinner, schedule pretty much anything from our phones. We've come to expect that same level of convenience from everything, including our healthcare. But the big, expensive, complicated systems built for giant hospitals, they are completely out of reach for these smaller local clinics. And that creates this huge gap between what patients want and what the clinic can actually provide. So how do you fix that? How do you bridge that gap? Well, you build a solution that's designed for it from the ground up. This isn't about throwing every single feature you can think of into one piece of software. It's about giving these clinics the exact tools they need without all the extra stuff that makes it complicated and expensive. So what is this thing exactly? It's an e-channeling and electronic medical record system, or EMR. Now, e-channeling is just a fancy way of saying online appointment booking, and the EMR is basically the digital filing cabinet for all the patient records. But the real magic here, the real innovation, is putting them together in one simple, affordable, web-based platform. And the difference is just night and day. You're going from a manual world that's just full of human error to something that's automated and accurate. You're replacing those insecure stacks of paper with a secure, streamlined digital system. Everything that was once disconnected and chaotic is now unified and just works.
But what does that actually look like for the people using it every day? Let's take a quick tour of the system from the perspective of a patient, a doctor, and the receptionist at the front desk.
See, the beauty of it is that everyone gets exactly what they need. If you're the patient, you get convenience. You can book an appointment from your couch at 10 p.m. If you're the doctor, you get instant access to a patient's entire history, which means you can provide better, faster care. And if you're the receptionist, your job just got so much less stressful, managing a smooth, predictable flow of people.
The whole experience for a patient is just completely transformed. It's so simple now. You book online, you get a text reminder so you don't forget, you check in with a digital token, no paperwork, you see the doctor, who already has all your info pulled up, and you walk out with a clear, digital prescription. All those little frustrating steps from the old way, they're just gone.
Okay, so all of this sounds great in theory, right? But an idea is only as good as its actual impact. So, what were the specific goals here? What was this project really trying to achieve? The goals were super clear right from the start. And you can see how each one ties directly back to solving that paper problem. Get rid of the paper, let people book whenever they want, use automated reminders to cut down on no-shows. These are all real, tangible improvements that make a massive difference for a small clinic's efficiency and its reputation. And this is absolutely crucial. A system like this has to work all the time. The target was 99.5% uptime, which means the clinic can totally depend on it. When you're dealing with people's health, that kind of reliability isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a must-have.
And it's got to be fast. Nobody wants to stare at a loading spinner, especially not a busy receptionist with a line of patients. Setting a target of under 1.5 seconds for the main calendar to load, that ensures the whole experience feels snappy and efficient, not sluggish.
And when you hit those technical goals, something really cool happens. It creates this powerful chain reaction. When you slash wait times and cut down on admin mistakes, patients are happier. They keep coming back. The clinic's credibility goes up. See? Better efficiency leads directly to a better reputation. It's all connected.
But here's what I think is the most brilliant part of this whole project. Its success isn't just about the features it has, it's about the features it doesn't have. This is so key. By focusing only on the absolute essentials, the appointment booking and the medical records, the project avoids getting bloated and complicated. They intentionally left out things like video calls, complex billing systems, or AI diagnostics. And by doing that, they kept the system simple, affordable, and super fast to get up and running. That is exactly what a small clinic needs.
And that practical thinking applies to the tech too. They used modern, popular open-source tools like React and PostgreSQL. This means the system is fast, it's secure, and it's reliable, all without the crazy expensive licensing fees you'd get with big corporate software. It's just smart.
And get this, the entire system, from the first line of code to being ready to go live, was done in just 12 weeks, 3 months. This wasn't some massive multi-year project. It was a focused, agile plan that was all about delivering real value fast.
When you put this system up against the other options, you really see why it's a winner. The government systems, not built for private clinics. The big international platforms, way too expensive and way too complicated. And trying to patch something together with Google Calendar and Excel, that's just insecure and messy. This system, though, it hits that perfect sweet spot. It's affordable, it's focused, and it's built for the exact world it's meant to live in.
And this quote really just nails it. This isn't just some cool idea or a school project. It's a real, practical, ready-to-use tool that solves a major problem by filling a huge gap in the healthcare system.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? This whole thing is a powerful reminder that you don't always need some massive world-changing invention to make a huge impact. It really makes you wonder, how many other everyday frustrations could we solve, not with a giant revolution, but with a simple, focused, and thoughtfully designed tool? Thanks for diving into this with me.